All right, today we're putting together something of a user's guide, A guide for a very particular kind of personality. One that can turn your world completely upside down if you're not careful. We're going to dive into the key red flags of narcissism.
Yeah, this question, it hits home for a lot of people, right? That feeling, that just baffling sense that logic has been completely twisted, and somehow you're the one to blame for it all? Well, I'm here to tell you it's not just in your head. That's a real core experience for so many, and it's exactly what we're going to unpack today.
So our goal here is pretty simple, actually. We want to identify the patterns, because once you understand the key behaviors, you can get a much clearer picture of what's really going on in a relationship. We're going to break it all down into 3 main themes to make it super clear.
Okay, first up, the mask of infallibility. We're diving right into the core of the ego here, this absolutely unshakable belief in their own perfection. And look, this isn't just regular confidence we're talking about. No. This is a fundamental worldview that shapes every single interaction they have. So what's the biggest, most glaring red flag you can look for? It's this. A total, absolute rejection of criticism. And I don't just mean someone who gets a little defensive, We all do that sometimes. I'm talking about a complete, impenetrable brick wall against any kind of feedback. To them, even the most well-intentioned, helpful suggestion feels like a full-on personal attack. And this slide just nails the kind of mental gymnastics we're talking about. Think about it. When you make a mistake, it's pretty simple, right? It's a flaw, something you should probably apologize for. But when they make a mistake, that's a whole different story. Suddenly, it wasn't really their mistake at all. It was a reaction they were forced to have because of something you did. The blame gets immediately and completely shifted. And this quote gets right to the heart of it. The key thing to understand is this deep belief they have in their own infallibility. The reason they can't say, "I'm sorry," is because in their mind, they have literally done nothing wrong. Their actions? Those were just a necessary consequence of something you did or said. See how that works?
And what about their need for admiration? It's like a black hole. It's bottomless. And it's not about getting credit for things they've actually done. They will gladly soak up praise for qualities they don't have and for accomplishments they never earned. It's all about feeding that fragile illusion of perfection.
All right, let's move on. Section 2, the currency of deception. It makes sense, right? If you genuinely believe you're perfect and everyone else is flawed, well, you're going to start seeing manipulation as just another tool in your toolbox, a necessary one even. I love this metaphor from the source material, a shiny package on a rotten product. It's so perfect. Because that outward appearance, the charm, the charisma, all the big promises, it can be incredibly attractive. But you have to remember, it's a carefully built package designed to hide what's really going on underneath. Have you ever seen an emotional outburst that just felt off? Kind of hollow? Well, that brings us to crocodile tears. We're talking about the ability to cry on cue. This isn't about real sadness. It's a performance, a tool used to manipulate you, to make you feel guilty, or to just completely take control of the conversation. And this deception plays out so clearly when it comes to money. It's not random, it's a calculated process. Step 1, they borrow money, but the secret plan all along is to just take it. Step 2, you confront them about it, and what do you get? Total denial. And step 3, if you try to appeal to what's right, to fairness or morality, you're often just met with mockery and contempt. And all of this brings us to our final major theme, a world of unequals. This is about their fundamental worldview. You have to understand, to a narcissist, the world is not filled with equals. Not even close. It's a strict, rigid hierarchy, a ladder. And where you stand on that ladder determines exactly how they're going to treat you. So, what's their social calculus? Well, it's brutally simple, really. It breaks down into 2 categories. If they see someone as stronger than them, or as having power over them, their interactions are all about fear. But if they see you as weaker than them, then it's all about contempt. That's it. It's a world of users and the used. So out of that worldview, you get this really warped set of rules they live by. First, gratitude is a one-way street. It flows from you to them and never the other way around. Second, your rights, they aren't rights at all. They're privileges that can be revoked the second they get angry. And finally, their goals justify any means. It doesn't matter who gets hurt along the way. Okay, so let's boil all this down. Let's get to the summary.
When you cut through all the noise and the drama, there are really three core patterns that stand out as the biggest, most powerful red flags to watch for.
First, they reject all criticism. That impenetrable wall we talked about, a complete inability to take any feedback or admit they were wrong about anything. It's all about protecting that core belief that they are perfect.
Second, and this flows right from the first point, they never truly apologize. Sure, you might get a fake apology, one that shifts the blame or is just designed to shut you up. But you will almost never get a genuine admission of wrongdoing, a real "I'm sorry."
And number three, money is a weapon. Always watch how they handle money and resources. For them, it's not just about buying things. It's a tool for control, a way to have power over people, and yeah, often a way to just flat out exploit them.
So there you have it. You can see the patterns now. But the real takeaway here isn't just about spotting these red flags in other people. The bigger question is for you. What does this mean for the relationships you choose? Knowing this, what will you do with this information? How will it change the way you set boundaries and protect your own peace? That's the question that really, truly matters.